Got that shit in melody.
From the 757 to the 713, where you know we stay whipping through the streets. Some will call it swinging bang, some will call it slow ride. I just call it cruising to the beat.
It's the Cruising Podcast.
Cruising to the beat.
Da, 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 da. It's the Cruising Podcast.
Cruising to the
Da, 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 da.
Yo! Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is Tuesday, November 18th. I'm just gonna put it out here to begin this podcast. This is not gonna be the typical one. This isn't gonna be no movie reviews. Well, maybe a little bit of movie reviews. We don't know yet. But it's gonna be older movies, maybe movies y'all never seen before. But yeah, if you've been on my social medias, you definitely know what's been going on. And if I didn't do this today, I wouldn't find the nerve to do it for the rest of this week. So I'd rather just do this today, rip the Band-Aid off, and I'm just happy that this is the outlet that I can use too, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, this is not going to be the typical pod that I would normally do. It might be a little bit more somber, which I'm very, if you don't like this kind, you know, the next episode, I promise, will be a lot more Cruising Podcast-esque. I promised myself, and I made sure to tell myself right here that I will not be taking a hiatus of any kind from the pod, because that is just it'll be a disservice for sure. It will be a definite disservice. I know most people will probably take a hiatus. Most people probably would just not do it for a week or something like that. And I know for a fact that we can't do that. We definitely can't do that. And yeah. So regular scheduled stuff is going to be out later this week, hopefully. I don't know yet. But if you haven't seen the news on my social medias, and I'm really just going to I'm going to get right into it. Actually, I'll give you hold on. Let me do right. You know what I'm saying? I'm Andrew Cruz. I'm the host of the Cruising Podcast. Where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates of the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast. Also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. So Monday, I swear on everything, I was about to go to the gym. I was ready. I was about to go. It was like 12:30ish. And I'm ready to go to the gym. And I'm talking to someone, and I was like, look, man, I'm about to hit the gym and stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. So it's like, all right, well, do your thing, all right. And so as I'm about to head out, something hits me. I don't know why. It's just I don't know why I always get these weird feelings. But I was like, man, go on Facebook for a second. It's like, wow. Normally I just don't. Normally when I get locked into going to the gym, I'm like, all right, let's go, type deal. But then I sat there and I was like, man, I gotta get on Facebook. I get on Facebook and I got a friend request. Who's sending me a friend request? And I'm not gonna say any names. I was just making sure. Well, except for my uncle Jimmy. It's his. I think his wife or fiance. I'm sorry. It's just everything's a blur right now. I get this friend request. I was like, all right, let me add this as a friend. He must have just sent me it or something. I don't know. Next thing I know, I get a message. I'm like, man, I don't know who this is. You know what I'm saying? Who this? Saying so. I click on and I'm seeing like, Andrew, you need to call. It's about your dad, 911, and send the number in and send me a number. So I'm sitting there calling this number. They didn't answer the first couple times. I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going on. but I'm gonna sit here for a little bit to like. And I even sent, you know what I mean, telling him, look, man, I'm calling from a Texas number. Just, this is me, Um, I promise it's not a spam. So, he messaged me on Facebook. He puts on my whatchamacallit. He's like, Andrew, same message. You probably can see it. From him. I'm like, whoa, I called, no one's answering. And so I call one more time, and he can barely get the words out. And the first thing he said is, your dad's dead. And I, in the moment, felt an overwhelming like anger. I don't know why. I was angry at first. He probably heard it in my voice, like, what like pretty much like, what the fuck you mean he's dead? Like type, like this is the first thing went through my mind. Like, that's not the type of news that you're not ready to hear. And not at him, by the way. Now, hold on. Just want to backtrack real quick. Not at him, but like, the fuck you mean he's dead? Like, no, hold on. No. He was just on Facebook. I thought I just seen him on Facebook. So I messaged him on Facebook, and I'm getting no answer. What the fuck going on? And so he's telling me, he's like, hey, Andrew, he passed away this morning. He died this morning, and I don't know what else to do in this moment. And so I see my mom, and I have to tell her, hey, I need some, I need someone, man. And there's people here and stuff like that, and so we go and get to an area, and I was just telling her, that's where everything breaks. That's where the floodgates break. That's where everything just goes out of whack. And that was the only thing I can remember my uncle telling me. That was the only thing I can remember him telling me. Everything else is a blur. The only words that I heard from him is that your dad is dead. It's the only words that I can console in my brain, that I can compute in my brain at this point. And I don't know what the fuck to do in this situation. Sorry for cursing. It's just what it is. And once again, I'm like, I'm in the middle of like confusion and sadness and just don't know what no, this can't be real type situation. Like, that's the confusion. Like, this can't be real. That's not real. What are you talking about? There's no way. And right here, I would like to say, I like to apologize to my Uncle Jim, because I'm sure he needed me in that moment, but I left. My mind left, my soul left. I don't know, everything left when I first heard this. And I mean, everything left. My mind, like, I mean, like, everything was gone. And the only thing I can just do is just cover my face and just be like, what the fuck did I just hear? And so this is Monday. No, Sunday. This is Sunday. Yeah. I'm over here getting ready for the Eagles to play. I'm getting ready for I'm getting ready for no, football has already started. I'm ready to, I'm about to go to the gym because the Eagles don't play until later on. And so I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. I don't have my voice right now. I'm lost everything. And I'm sitting here like, fuck. And to backtrack a little bit, I told myself last week I need to message him and like And I don't know what happened. I kept telling myself, Andrew, do you need the message today? You know what I mean? Like, this is right after my Papa Kenny passed away. So I'm sitting here like, yo, you need to, not reconnect, but like, check on them. See, you know what I mean? Y'all need to start checking on each other better, man. I said, I need to do better at checking on people. And, yeah. And I saw, man, it's been a minute since we've had a conversation, like even just had to talk. And I was in that moment sad that, my dad's gone. But at the same time, I was like, fuck, Andrew, you would have known something was going on if one of y'all just reached out. Y'all both sucked at reaching out to each other. For some reason, y'all were horrible at this. And I was just like, fuck, I would have known something was going on. Fuck, like, why was I not a better son in this moment? Why am I this shitty ass son? What the fuck did you do, dude? Like, why didn't you, what the fuck? We kept saying we need to say something and never did it. What the fuck, eh? You know what? You've been saying it. What the fuck? And I sit there and the whole day, man, I just didn't, I was on and off. I was a roller coaster of shit, man. I don't, I didn't know, I didn't know what to do. I had no words. I had nothing. Um, and so I was like, man, that I don't, at this point right now, it's Tuesday, November 18th, 11:30 at night. And I still don't know really how to compute everything that's going on. This everything. And so, I've talked about my dad a lot on this podcast for sure. Some of the things that we used to watch, like Black Belt Jones, like he's the one that really got me into martial arts movies for real, for real. Let's say, for being honest. Also one of the main reasons why I have a fear of dolls, because I watched Child's Play at his house. That was a big mistake. Yeah, he'll call me and say, "Hey man, you remember?" Um, you know, my dad was a huge Raiders fan. He was a big boxing fan. We can crazy part is we can sit there and just talk sports for a whole like couple hours and just still it's something new. You know what I mean? Something going on. We just wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy because he loved wrestling too, and he was a big rock fan. Um, we did go through a few years where we didn't talk at all, where I didn't see him. Where it was a lot. It was, what I mean, life has a thing of playing with you for some reason, and um, I had to find him on Facebook for real, for real. Luckily found him on Facebook. I didn't even know he had one. That was the crazy part about it. And reconnecting was definitely the right thing to do. Um, he has issues um a few years ago where he needed to, he new kidneys, and he had new kidney he's had new kidneys and got the donor and everything and stuff like that. And which was a great feeling, man. He was, he was he had a fiance. Sadly, she passed away um a few years back, a couple years back now. Um, but he I didn't there were signs, but at the same time I was like, you know what I'm saying, like sometimes you just get in your own world and just don't see around you. And just to know, it just sucks to know that it just what goes through my mind is like he was he was alone, and I was I just wasn't there. It, I couldn't do any. There's nothing I can do, but I could have been there. Could have been better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could have been a lot of things. I keep putting myself, and I keep putting myself first here. I mean, keep saying my I, and it's just everybody. Everybody wants to be a superhero too late sometimes, man, or try to be a superhero. Think about the superhero moment you could do, or what could you have done here, or what could I have done better. And what I could have just done better was reach out and be better about that. I'm really practically estranged from that side of the family, other than him and our Uncle Jimmy, you know. And I'm trying to be better about that. I'm not good at like computing my feel. I mean, not computing, what expressing my feelings. Like it. Well, at one point, I will. You know, what I mean, I'll leave everything bottled up until I explode. You know, and I just haven't really dealt with this well. I actually think I'm doing pretty well right now. Um, I've been trying to watch comedy stuff and things like that, but at the same time, it's just like, man, I just don't know what to do because I am his only son. I am, oh, not only son, I was only child, you know what I mean? And I just don't know how to, I don't know. Just the biggest words right now, the three biggest words is I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I know how to feel. You know what I mean? I have to let grief hit me and lean on people around me. And normally, you know what I'm saying? I like to be kind of, you know, kind of recluse in my own way. But I know that's not what you're supposed to do in this situation. Like in this thought, like, because you're just gonna get lost in thought, and that's when things kind of go haywire. So I'm trying my best to be, you know what I mean, I to tell, like, people are asking me, you know, I've been asked a million times today. I've been asked, you know, how are you feeling? And if you, you know what I mean, I can't say I'm okay. I'll be like, look, man, I, um, I'll be lying to you if I said I was okay. I'll be completely lying to you. It'll be a lie. Absolutely a lie. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you I'm not okay. I don't know when I'm going to be okay, but I'm definitely not today. You might see me laughing, doing smiling and shit like that. It's just it's a front. I promise you, it's a front. Try to make everybody else feel comfortable around me, but it's a front. It's a fucking lie, and I can definitely, yeah. And the reason why I'm doing the podcast today is so um because he was one of my biggest supporters of the podcast. He had a shirt. Yeah, like I got him a shirt and all this. And you know, he always talk about me about the podcast. He'll call, like, especially if we hear like a story that we've talked about, and he would come back and say and be like, hey man, yeah, you remember that, man? You know, and then tell his old style of story and stuff. It's just like that. That's why I'm doing this today, because he wouldn't want me stopping for him. He wouldn't want me. He wouldn't want me. The problem is that every time we had a conversation, it was always like he was trying to apologize for something. You know what I mean? It was always an apology. I'm just like, nah. That's not how this works. No, that's not. There's nothing to apologize for. There's nothing. There's nothing to apologize for. The moment we're here now, you know, and I didn't want him to feel any type of guilt. I have a very great life, You know what I'm saying? And I never wanted him to feel any type of guilt of any part of my life. Period. He always was like, man, you know, man, you get those allergies from me. I was like, nah, man, you know, I get it from, you know what I mean? It takes two of y'all. Both of y'all have allergies. I just want to let you know. Both of y'all have anger issues. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And it was just always, I don't know. It was just like he felt like guilt. And I was like, no, never feel guilt. Never feel guilt. Please never feel guilt. Ever. It's no. We don't, no. I don't want, I never wanted that at all. I mean, like we all saying, this shit happens, man. This is how the shit, the tape, the chips fell where they may. You know what I'm saying? That's just where they fell. Um, I know that if it came down to it, he would burn the fucking world down if I was hurt. I promise you that. He burn the world down for sure, man. I also know that you know, what I mean, it just, like I said, he was one of my biggest supporters of, especially doing the podcast and all the rest of that, like asking about the comic paloozas and asking, like, man, I'm watching these shows, man, but you know, you make them interesting. And it's just, like I say, man, it's hard, and it's, yeah, I'm doing the pod for sure, not just for me, but for him, because that's what he will want. And this is definitely been one of the two of the hardest days of my life, and me having to go on a plane in the morning is, and knowing that I just, I don't know. I can't tell y'all how to, I can't tell y'all shit right now. I just don't, it's a fight. It's a fight for sure. Emotions wise, and just not trying to show everybody what's going on, and just, it's hard, man. It's fucking hard. This has been a hard fucking year. This has been such a hard year. And I and I would like to openly say I appreciate everyone that has you know, said a prayer, or you know what I mean, have reached out and said, you know what I mean, kind words to me and for my family, and everyone, man. I truthfully didn't know how much love was around, and I seriously openly here want to say thank you so much for just being kind. I really, I really do appreciate it. Like, y'all don't understand. I know I haven't written back a lot. I mean, everybody sends me messages and things. I'm just telling y'all, man, thank you, because this is hard. This is hard. They tell us that we're supposed to, you know what I mean, bury our, like, not now, not yet. What the fuck? I wasn't ready. Never ready for that type of news, man. And I'm still not ready. It just fucking sucks. I'm just yeah. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll do the podcast there. I guess I'll let it go right there. There'll be more to come. Might be part two of this. For sure, probably part two of, you know, the after effects of everything tomorrow and this rest of this fucking week. So yeah, with that, I like to say I love you guys. Where you can find the Cruising Podcast one more time is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates to the show. Is at is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast. Also on Twitter. Sorry, at Nice Town Finest. And with that, I like to say I love all of you. Once again, thank you all for your kind words. For sure, man. I truthfully appreciate it. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.